The effects of religion and globalization on the island of Puerto Rico can be readily seen in its history, culture, and political status as a Commonwealth of the United States. Handed over from Spain under the Treaty of Paris, its people have struggled to maintain identity in the cultural atmosphere of the United States that polarized people according to racial standards. Being largely a blend of Aboriginal Taino culture, West African, and Spanish European genetic influence, most Puerto Ricans pride themselves in accepting other cultures, whether through friendship, business, or religion. Some say that this comes from the spiritual nature of the Tainos themselves, who prayed daily and did not separate their religion from their politics or lifestyle. Spirituality was part of their being, and nature would be a channel into the spirit world. For example, a certain tree might contain spiritual properties, so small idols would be carved out in order to tap into the essence of the Creator and the cosmos. Unfortunately, in the attempts of some brave individuals to liberate the island and justify it as a nation in itself, Puerto Ricans have been vilified, called terrorists, or made to feel unwelcome in various urban areas of the United States, especially during the 60s. Some of the most prominent urban areas include New York City and Chicago, Illinois. The response to this in the United States was in forming Maoist types of organizations striving for social reform. On the island itself, it has manifested in dependence on the American government and also, in turn, the Puerto Rican government for goods and employment. About 70% of the jobs in Puerto Rico come from the government. The past has accumulated in present-day urban areas, and most Puerto Rican people continue to be at the poverty level and lack access to education. Some turn to gaining economic ground by dealing in illegal drugs controlled by powerful street gangs. Ironically, these gangs evolved from older gangs who fought for protection from discrimination from the police, the Irish gangs, Italian gangs, and Eastern European threats. However, African American and Mexican gangs also needed to be defended against. It would not be realized how much these latter groups would have in common in regards to discrimination until latter years. These issues put aside, Puerto Ricans have contributed to the arts, sports, and politics. The island has a good tourist industry, and although the agricultural past has been replaced by transnational companies like Abbott Labs, Puerto Ricans seem to be aware of the effects of globalization. Regardless of who or what gets incorporated into the culture, the uniqueness of a people who are generally peaceful, kind, and generous, like the Tainos before them, will continue to protect the island, its people, and its all-encompassing culture.